Day 614, 22 for 22. Good morning. I hope this finds you well. Please stay in your fight and do not quit. Alright, so been doing the series Technology and Time Has Changed War and Us, and it certainly has. Now, I got a little off track yesterday on what I was intending to talk about. I was talking about the transitioning from from soldier to civilian during World War II up to now. And then I got off on the civilian side of the house, and we will address that in a different one. This is going to be a long series, I think. So, as I was saying, the Congress passed the GI Bill. We had a booming economy, a wartime economy, that was churning out ships, planes, weapons, you name it. And then there was a transition after Japan was defeated to get us back on a peacetime footing, starting to build refrigerators and cars and, televisions, stuff like that. I mean, there was still the military building, but it was curtailed way back compared to what it was during the war, and as it should be. So our guys got out, and the one thing I don't know, the one glaring, gaping hole I have in my knowledge, is the mental health help that our veterans got when they got out after World War II. I couldn't tell you. I know there were shrinks. I know, they had mental health professionals back then. But what I don't know is how the military used it to help people get out. So I don't know if there was like this robust program that helped get people the help they needed when they got out, to help that transition. I also know, like I said, the Brotherhood on the Magic Carpet ride home helped a lot. And just having that long ride home, and there's a barber behind me, right here. I'm back, right there. Hi, B. Leave the flashlight there. Somebody suggested I put some sort of lighting out here because I don't show up well when it's dark out. Go figure, it's dark, I didn't show up. There's power. And see, we can see you. That pretty face. Alright, so now the Congress passed GI Bill. The Congress did the VA home loans, or the Veterans home loans. I don't know if it was VA at the time. Watch out for the rust on the side of that. You do not need to be cut, because otherwise that's a trip to the ER for a shot, a tetanus shot. So be careful. Darn thing's rusting out. I got a James out here. Oh no, that's a Mary. Those two sound so much alike. I hate to say it. That's too bright. That'll work, but you're gonna have to hold it up there. So they had the opportunities to go to school, and like I said, they had anywhere from 4 years to a year to hook up with their brothers and figure out what they were going to do when they got out. A case in point would be Winters and what's his name? I forgot his name. God dang it! In Band of Brothers, his family was rich. The intelligence officer. That's too bright. You're blinding me. I said where it was good. The Winters and what the heck is his name? But the S2 officer, the one that was always drunk, he's been over there. His family had the factory, and he offered Winters a job. Winters took it, and then there was the guys that got together and started all right, put it down. You're killing me, kid. Where I had it, it worked. You're gonna make me restart this. Ooh, plane. Yep. So they worked. They ended up working together, and that happened a lot. And the guys that had chances to think about what they were going to do when they got back home, whether it's go back to the old job, or find a new one, or make a new one. We have much the same thing today. Everybody talks about what they want to do. The only thing is it was a lot easier to get it done back then than it is now to go and start a business. Now there's so much red tape, you almost give up before you get to halfway through. Even if you believe in it, there's just so many hoops to jump through depending on where you're at, especially like New York or California, Detroit or Illinois or Michigan or something like that. Regulation is heavy, and understandably, I guess, but it's too much. Put the cap back on, it filters it. It's bright. The VA does their thing to try to help out the health care and the other programs that are now offered, and they've expanded and they've gotten better at some things and have probably stayed static or gotten worse, it seems, in other areas. And that sucks because our guys, especially the ones that have seen combat, our guys and girls deserve the absolute best that this country can offer on the return. I've said it before, we spend a lot of money and a lot of work and a lot of training to go do our jobs, but there is very little that I saw when I got out of a transition team to get you out. You have ACAP, but the unit puts very little emphasis on you getting there. Usually you're on CQ or staff duty and miss your appointments. There's just so many different things that interfere with getting out today that it makes it tough. And it was the same thing back in '92 when I got out. It was like, oh, you're not going to the field. Here, you got CQ. I got appointments. You got CQ. Roger that, Sergeant. So, what's the matter, Mary?
It's cold out here.
Well, there's one way to fix that.
Go inside.
Ding, ding, ding. I love you.
I want to be part of it.
All right. Well, you can't complain about being cold if you're going to stay out here, though. Well, you can, I guess. But the military has to do a better job, especially with those that have been in combat, of transitioning us out, making sure that we have the right mental health, and that also falls upon us. Like World War II guys, I'm sure were like, I'm good, and went about their business. Like I said, they were a different breed, grew up in a different time, grew up under different circumstances, and were used to being told suck it up and go. They did that, and they threw themselves into work, and that, I think, largely fixed some things, I guess, in a way. It buried it. They just went about their business. Now, I've read studies where as these World War II veterans were retiring, they would commit suicide more than before when they got out. I do not have all the details for that. Now we have our guys and girls getting out now, and that they're committing suicide sooner. And I think that has to do with the fact that the job market is not nearly as robust as it used to be, though right now it's really good. The transitioning services, I think, are not where they should be. And we've been raised in a different era. If we can't fix it in 30 seconds, we don't want it. So if we can't fix ourselves in 30 seconds, we're broke. We need to be thrown out. And that is our thinking. And that is the wrong thinking. We need to go back to what our brothers that are part of the greatest generation did, and I wouldn't say suck it up, because you need to get treatment, but you need to absorb as much as you can and throw yourself into whatever you can to get your mind off of where you're at. And I think that's a lot of it, because there's so much, and also there's a barrage of information coming in every day on Facebook, on the news, Instagram, all these social media platforms, and that it doesn't allow you to get your head out of that game that's going on upstairs. It doesn't allow you to shut it off, because it's always there. And maybe a disconnect every once in a while. Let people know that you're going to disappear and come on back when you've taken a breather. I know I got to take a breather, and I didn't even go to combat. There's a lot of negativity breeds negativity, and positivity also breeds positivity, and that's one thing that I try to push with her and everybody I come in contact with. All right, we're pushing 10 minutes again. I should make this a documentary. Anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to do some push-ups and get done. Mary went in. You going to do something with me? Huh?
Too cold.
It'll warm you up. That's what they always told us when we were in. You're cold? Do push-ups. All right. Don't get that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 1 for the airborne ranger in the sky. 1 for the infantry. 1 for the fallen. The trusty light girl. All right, my YouTube channel is that_pushup_guy tough. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment. I'm considering doing a live where you just get to ask me questions and we just talk. No 22, just a conversation. Also, I have my page, Jim Tough, and then about 20 veterans Facebook groups where this video gets posted. I would appreciate a lot more sharing. That's kind of spooky.
Well, it is Halloween.
I would appreciate some more shares, please. If you believe the message is going to help somebody, share it, share it, share it. If you can't share it from inside the group because of the security settings, please come to my page, Jim Tough, and share from there. I'd appreciate it. All right, so if you need help, seek help. Get it from friends, family, professionals. There is absolutely zero shame in getting help when you need it. There's no weakness in it either. Do what you got to do to be here to stay on this plane. Whatever you do, please do not use suicide as a permanent solution to a temporary or permanent problem. You got this, and we're here for you. Ready? Well, that's good. My girls. 1, 2, 3. Tough out.